arrives, and I'm about to tell you what the pigeon has.
Keep it away from Ursus so he doesn't eat it.
So for those curious about OBS, this is how you do it.
So you got multiple instances of Skype running and you frame each one out?
No, I pull screen scrapes of every single one.
Okay.
So, in Roll20 and into Twitch TV, there we go. This arrives on Indris's shoulders. Or shoulder, sorry.
Losers, really?
Yeah. It's okay, it's nowhere near the worst insult. The insult that's really going to piss someone off is a little bit farther down.
Twitch people did not get it.
Oh, hold on. I'm hitting chat again. That didn't happen? I'm reloading Twitch. I think I crashed. I think my Twitch crashed.
Mine did earlier. I did refresh.
So if someone wouldn't mind hitting it for me while I'm reloading. By the way, folks, we are now moving. Words. As someone crunches. Thank you, Lurch. I see it in there now. It seems that I had... So, is everyone done reading?
No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Great, so now all four of them are against us? Well, that'll be fun. Wait, how is Asher? Anyone that dies?
Where do the dead bodies go currently?
Anubis, because he's in control. Well, the souls go there. The body of Asher can be brought back.
So at least I know what you guys have read, which means you're close to the end by now. It just sucks that Craig left right after, right before I put this. Got to call him a gnat a few times. Oh, good. Someone else saw the gnat part too. So, is everyone done now?
I'm just about there. I'm in the last paragraph or two.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Can you see the log that everyone else has read?
Yep.
Okay, so we're moving on. Hannah Power. Okay, so Hannah, you're not reading the log, you're just dancing.
Danny just tells her what's going on.
Oh no. So how does Hannah react to being called a gnat number of times?
She kicks the soup tureen over.
She kicks what over?
The soup bowl. While invisible.
You said soup tureen, and it kind of melded together. All I heard was separine. I'm like, huh? Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. The soup tureen. Yes. Okay. You get it all over. Roll odd, even odd. A woman's dress.
A woman's dress.
Yes. So you get it all over a woman's dress who is very offended.
Can I wiggle my fingers and do a cleanse on it so like it never happened?
Sure.
But just before that happens, Hannah goes up and goes and screams at the woman, while invisible, mind you, and you think you're offended! And goes, sits on Xerxes' horn.
What?
Soup?
What just happened?
And then a few seconds later, it just disappears like it never happened.
Yeah. What just happened?
Poltergeists, I think.
King Guy, there's ghosts, and she runs from the room.
Yeah, them ghosts can be nasty sometimes.
And Andamira leans over and whispers in Shadir's ear, "She has no idea, does she?" And she giggles.
Apparently not.
Injurious effects as well.
I stick my finger back up there for Hannah to high five it again.
And unless someone needs me to come up with it on the spot, the king makes some grandiose speech, which honestly I'll make a log of before next game. But he makes some grandiose speech talking about how wonderful Crisis is, and that he is publicly supporting Crisis, and says that Timro is a shining example of what Crisis believes in, that all peoples can live together, and that he embraces the change that has happened in his own kingdom, and sees that along with Crisis, that good can conquer all evil, and that evil can take many forms, blah, 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 blah. Hi, Laura. And unless someone really needs me to come up with it right now, I'll just write it as a log.
Just write as a log.
Anyone disagree? Okay, moving on. So,
Yay, speech, yay, yay, speech.
oh yeah, your food is over by the time the speech happens there, Ursus. But you've had like at least 8 to 10 pigs yourself.
That you did not have to hunt down.
Oh, that was awesome.
Now he's waiting for lunch.
So, after the speech, the king goes to you and says, "I'm sorry, it was not as well attended. However, creating beautiful weather once when there was snow a moment later, people were not prepared."
Your Majesty has been too gracious.
Crisis has been gracious to me. I hope that you know that I shall now become a target. However, I hope that the Timro kingdom will be remembered well, and by all the gods of light as well as Crisis. All I ask is that now that this speech has happened, you must forego any other previous agreements with all other nations. You do know that.
I've already brought with you the Gantrim Ring and Urias Fang.
He kind of looks past you and says, Master Priest, I know that you speak for the humankind, and Xerxes speaks for the monster kind. I wish to make both of you understand that you will need to turn away from Avramstown. You must say that Credia is now your home.
I say Erico's my home.
I know Credia is the Timro is already your home, but I'm saying for all of Crisis that the two of you must convince all the others that this must be true. I know that Overkill had previously pledged for that Crisis was for Avramstown, and so did Kava.
Well, the problem is it wouldn't really be true because really we are for the world at the moment.
However, Avramstown says that they are the home of Crisis. You must discourage that. You must make sure that it is well known that you are home here now.
Am I there?
Yes, you made it for the speech.
Oh. And so, well, my home's in the Western Empire on a little farm.
Your home is now here. You are a member of Crisis. And what is your name?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry for your loss of memory.
Thank you.
Would you wish a mind mage to help you? Wait.
We tried.
Yes. Never mind. I'm sorry to insult you, Jadir. I did not mean to. I forgot.
No harm, no foul.
Is your father-in-law okay? You just typed
Yeah,
about.
yeah, he is fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good. So the sorry, that threw me too. He's really okay. Rob?
I saw some
Yeah,
head shaking.
it's fine.
Okay. Because if you need to go, I get it. Families first, dude. You alright?
Yep,
Okay.
it wasn't serious.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Alright, so, sorry, back to game. The, you must publicly in the book state that you are all Timuro citizens and that you are all that Credia is your home now.
So that mean we have to pay taxes?
Wait a minute. Did I just get adopted?
Yeah, I think
Tax-
it is.
It,
Well, I
I
can.
mean, disrespect. I don't know how this works.
one question at a time. Of course, sir, you will be exempt from taxes. The notoriety and love for the Timro Kingdom will spread far and wide, for this is the home of Crisis. You will bring in far more than you could ever pay.
You know I don't speak Eastern, right?
They speak
Nor do
Southern.
I.
Work that out.
We speak Southern here.
No. In Timuro you speak Eastern. Gavin did.
Oh shit, you're right.
Actually, I think it's one of the few kingdoms where it's almost dual. They,
Yeah, it's
you know the way like
half
Germans
Southern. Yeah, I
teach
know.
English and German at the same time?
Yep. Anyways,
Here's the thing. Is anyone speaking Northern?
No one is speaking Northern. Everyone's speaking Elven just to make life easy.
Yeah. Haven't heard a word or understood a thing you're
Oh,
saying.
that's right, you crappy.
If I realize that's the case, I will tongue spell him.
Yeah, you're going to have to every
Oh,
time anyone talks.
All right, let me just
That
reduce
just
my
sounds
PPE
kinky.
a bit. Well, I'm not licking him. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I know, right?
Hairball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about a hairball.
All right. The spell lasts for quite a while for me.
Yes, I understand.
Once a day you're doing a tongue spell on me? That's what you said.
Yeah, kind of.
Scott, do you need to leave?
No, but they are going to come and bug me.
Okay.
They don't usually visit, let alone visit on Sundays, but I'm roleplaying.
Okay. It's one of those nights today. Remember, you've got 2 characters, dude. Please help.
I know.
Send the wife to them.
She's
Oh,
already intercepted.
She's a wonderful woman. Tell her thank you. And by the way, just as a complete aside, before I forget, since Brian's wife already bugged me on it, you guys are clear on the dates for Vegas, and you're still planning on coming, right? Okay, good. And because of the fact that Chris never asked, or he asked before I came on, has anyone volunteered the fact that they're running single at Vegas yet? Chris, did you ask?
I forgot, but I was gonna do it at the end.
Okay. Is anyone running single at Vegas that wants a roommate? Rob, are you and Craig going together? Or are you going with Laura? Rob? Did we lose Rob?
I'm sorry, I typed it in. I'm not going to be single there.
Okay, cool. What do you mean, finally? Jeez.
I'm gonna bring all of chat, and we're gonna all room together. Chat, let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well,
Chat.
That's it.
actually,
That's it.
if Folksby is still around, you can ask him. I don't know if he's coming, but I'm trying to get him to come. He'll be coming all the way from Connecticut, so.
Hey, I'm sure that if we were to invite Gary and Trish,
We
they would.
not even start. Jeez.
I'm sorry, I had
The scene
to.
is, I need to stab myself for real.
Hey,
I can't
guys,
say anything because this
guys,
is recorded.
Let's yeah. Thanks. Let's move on. This is going to go on YouTube. Remember that. So, anywho,
So Xerxes cast tongue spell.
yes, and you can now understand everything that's being said.
Regardless of language. Ta-da!
Okay.
So, my only 2 requests are that you must pledge fully to Timro, which means A, turn your back upon Abramstown and become fully welcomed by Timro, and B, let go of, make sure that Alanu is fine with you doing all of this. Or Alanu, not Alanu. What's that other elf? The one that's in charge of Gold Coast. I'm drawing a blank.
The Groffs?
Yeah,
Mashallah.
no, not
Mikala.
Mikala. That's the name. Mikala Groff. Yeah, that's the one.
Correct, the Defiler.
Please don't put this in any logs, please. Please don't put this in a log, but I mix up some elves occasionally. I'm sorry. For God's sakes. And
Did I actually get adopted?
Same.
yes, you're adopted. As long as you stop being the golden minotaur of...
I don't think they'll ever stop calling me that. I did kind of win those tournaments.
You have to be the golden minotaur of Timuro now.
Yeah.
I just thought they called me the Golden One. I didn't realize there was a country tied to that.
Oh yes, there's well, they call you. Well, that's been interesting. See, the Triarcanum Guild tries to say that you were theirs, but the Gold Coast always argues that you won events for them and lost events for the Triarcanum Guild. And
Well,
it's a considerable bit of ugliness.
really?
Well, in those circles.
I'm still a Triarcanum member. I don't have to give that up, right?
Just letting you know.
But I can still have my guild ship there. I mean, I like Master Khaled. I'm confused. I don't want to piss anyone off. I'm sorry, I have questions.
If Indris, if you all agree to the terms, of course. I'm sorry, Xerxes. You asked what?
Can I keep my membership in the Triarcanum?
You can keep your membership, and just let Alanu know that I shall extend, or not Alanu, the Mikala. That I told you, I keep mixing up the elves. Let Mikala know that he can have more locations in the kingdom.
I'm sure that will probably smooth over whatever his problem is.
Yes, but Xerxes seems to be agreeing, but you, Master Indris, you've been rather silent upon the argument.
Well, the thing is, I've got a funny feeling quite a lot of lords are going to ask us as well. I'm happy to say I'm from Timoro because, well, I'm from Timoro. And if we end up moving here and being based out of here, if everyone wants to do that, yes, but I can't agree for everybody. They have to make their own decisions on that one.
Okay, then. So,
Did I say yes?
Jajir,
Can I be an honorary citizen and still maintain a citizenship to my homeland?
but of course, just say that you are honored to be an honorary citizen of the Timuro Kingdom. I am not asking you to turn your back upon your homeland, whatever that is, and whatever
Okay.
you are.
Perfect. I accept.
Wonderful. Mistress Hannah, where is she?
I don't know if I should answer this one.
You have to. She left.
Craig will whirl with whatever you say.
Yeah, no, but I reckon he'd probably be more inclined to say no. It's a bit hard for me to try and talk myself into doing it.
Well, she doesn't have to turn her back on her homeland. She just has to say she's honored the same way that Jadir did, unless I've missed something. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely correct.
She'll
It's
go-
just saying that you're not going to be honorary members of Abramstown or anywhere else. It is only your homeland and Timro. Specifically CREDIA if you need a city.
And the only exemption to that would be if someone came from Abramstown.
Abramstown,
Obviously,
and
that would be the exception.
They would be the homeland and then honorary members of CREDIA and Timro. Yes, correct. You have the gist.
She'll say no, yes, and her and Indra will talk about it for a little bit, and then hopefully she says yes at the end.
Do you want to make a roll for that or something? Or
She says yes at the end.
that's funny.
Nice. I like it. Master Isis? I'm sorry. I really haven't been formally introduced. My name is Guy Campton.
Howdy, I'm Ursus.
And you notice he doesn't say king. He just says, my name is Guy Campton. And he extends a hand.
I think he got
How
the
you
hint when you were
doing?
eating breakfast.
What's that?
He probably got the hint when you were eating breakfast that you were just kind of a first name thing.
As long as I ain't gotta pay them taxes, that sounds nasty. And as long as you keep them little piggy snacks coming, I'm good.
We shall be happy to feed you many pigs upon your arrival. I shall make sure I stock up.
Hey, real quick there, guy. I suppose we can get like gross of them for our ship.
They will go bad after a short period of time.
We have a cook who could salt them.
I shall make it happen. And he
Well,
leans over and starts whispering feverishly, and people start running.
They do come alive, right? You can send them alive, and we'll take care of it from there, right?
If you have the area to hold them.
It would be easier right now if they were dead until I have that checked out, because honestly, we don't carry a lot of livestock on the ship.
Okay, I don't know. Just
We're
love
salted.
them pigs.
We'll take care of the salting ourselves, though.
I will get you as much salted as I can and provide you with dead ones, probably very freshly dead, shortly.
Your Majesty is most
Sweet.
gracious.
You do leave within a couple hours, right?
You are correct.
And he's... You can see him start to sweat and then move
As
on.
I turn and wiggle a finger or two, under one other arm, so no one sees me casting an armor unless they're like really good at a perception check. And a pigeon just appears and flies off to the team, which is basically saying, like, hurry up, we're leaving on the afternoon. By the way, there are some pigs coming. Salted pork, gift of the king.
Mr. Man with no name, you are okay with this then?
You know that our countries are at odds.
I know that they have their own issues, and as long as they have no issues, we have no issues.
I am afraid that if I were to agree to this, it might be considered treason.
Would they dare harm a member of Crisis?
A country against a mere group, when the deities have not made themselves known to the leaders of that country.
That's not entirely true. The Slayer has signed the document. He is most definitely aware.
You understand, though.
I am not asking you to turn your back upon your homeland. I am asking that you acknowledge that you are an honorary citizen and proud to be such.
Very well, but if understand that there must be escape clauses.
There are no escape clauses. It is a statement, pure and simple.
I will do so, but I must serve my country first and foremost.
Let us hope it does not come to that.
Very
For
well.
you shall be fighting against your brothers here. And sister. Somewhere. And he looks around again.
Do I feel the little bit of weight on one horn?
I don't know. Where is she? Scott? Scott?
Did she braid my hair again?
Scott's not even there, but his people
I'm
behind
surprised
him
that-
are looking at us.
Like-
Robe guy,
Hey.
turn around.
Hey, rope guy!
Buddy guy.
Robe guy, hey.
Hi!
Get
Where's
Scott!
Ask Robe
Oh, I
guy
think
what
buddy
his
guy is buddy gal.
Parents here as well.
Apologies.
Yeah, understand. Can we please know the name of the person that's in the robe
Yeah.
behind you so we can stop calling him robe guy and call by a name?
That's Doug. Doug.
That's
Doug.
Doug. Hi, Doug.
Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
You rock, Doug.
Ask, is Doug streaming right now?
Hey, he's online.
He's playing Windward. He's playing Windward.
Winwood?
Okay. You'll beg and plead and ask them, right?
Yeah, I will, yes.
Thank you.
Harass.
We
How's
were
everything?
curious where Hannah is at the moment. He's on a Xerxes horn, or like braiding hair on the.
Or making a nest in Ursa's hair.
Well, basically, after the ceremony, Indra did the rainbow, and Hannah was going to do the fairies dance on Crisis to make him dance at the end. Oh, she sang Amazing
No,
Grace.
but before that, because currently Crisis is still being asked to join Timuro. Where is
Oh.
Hannah during that?
She'll be standing on Xerxes' hand if possible.
Okay.
Okay, he'll hold it out for her. No problem. Make it easy for everyone to find her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you hold out the hand, and he says, "Ah, Hannah. I did include you, my lady."
She says, "I accept your terms."
It is most wonderful. So all of that happens. Wonderful, happy, joy. Sorry for the Ren and Stimpy reference, but I had to. And
I've never been accepted in a human land.
yeah, you've been begging.
Oh,
Shut up and
the
be happy.
player? Absolutely. No, don't get me wrong. So she's just like, it actually happened. I don't know what to do now.
It's okay. All the other human lands are going to kill you because of it. So.
Who is Hoodie Girl? New superhero? Hello.
Rope guy. and
The
hoodie.
Adventures of
Yeah.
Robe Guy and Hoodie Girl.
That's right.
You gotta tell him, Scott.
That's actually the cousin. The hoodie girl was the cousin of Dougie. It's actually a guy called Jin.
Jeez.
Wait, I
Oh,
thought Hoodie Girl's a.
Sorry for the massive.
That was embarrassing.
Hoodie girl's an 11-year-old boy.
Hoodie Boy,
Our bad.
He's 12.
Robe Guy and
small
Hoodie,
frame, I couldn't tell.
All right.
Boy.
Robe Guy and
so-
Hoodie Boy.
So just a reminder, it is the 6th of Gregor, and you guys are heading to the ship in the middle of a blizzard.
I thought they got taken care of with
I
the.
got rid of that.
Well, no, the speech was cleared,
And then they let it go back to normal.
and then it went back to normal. It
I
is a limited time and a lot of effort.
I get it.
Who's our captain?
Hi.
Oh God! I tied myself to the mast. I'm just kidding.
Well, we don't exactly have that many
Right.
rooms left, so you might
Does
want
anyone want to argue with dancing after the speech?
to.
And
They're all-
There's plenty of room.
I'm
Okay.
still a little guy. I asked Xerxes to pick me
Judir
up so I can
seems
see.
to be impatient to get back to the Library of Blessed.
All right, then Safe versus Magic, Shadir.
I can't see over the balcony. Can you
Nope.
hold me up?
Wait, what is Hannah's magic? Is it 12 or is it 14?
If it's fairy magic, it's 16.
16, that's right. Yeah, no. You're dancing too, bitch.
Can you give me a boost? I can't see.
I'll pick him up.
You'll pick him up and dance with him?
Yeah, I'll try not to shake him like a tambourine, because I don't want, like dead baby syndrome or something.
Chicken baby.
I can so see it. Thwap, thwap, thwap.
Yeah, that's a run for a minute.
I got impaled by a horn.
Well, you shouldn't ask me to do the Roomba. I'm just saying.
Hey, I didn't
One
ask you to
thing
be a
that
vacuum
Jadir
cleaner.
wanted to make sure everyone was aware was that his wishes were to be cremated after he dies.
Why is everyone like all
Oh, you guys gotta bury me.
suspicious here?
I don't care. You guys have to actually bury me, and Xerxes has to sing.
No, that's gonna be the new condition. Xerxes has to sing at my funeral.
Yep.
They killed
He has to
Xerxes last
sing
week.
my
What are you talking
humps.
Who's gonna sing? Who's gonna sing for Xerxes? That's what I want to know.
Nicki
Xerxes
Minaj.
will sing Xerxes.
about? Xerxes? Did you just say Xerxes Minaj? Oh, you dick.
Hoodie Boy is gonna sing. Hoodie Boy, Hoodie Boy.
We'll have some Irish rap.
Rope man.
Rope Guy and Hoodie Boy.
I can get a new version of Uptown Funk.
It's a 2-for-1. It's almost like Froggy Fresh.
Oh jeez. All right. So, anyways, so Master Xerxes, you show up. Jershon says, "All respect, sir. I do not think that this is a good idea."
If you were going to leave, would you wait for the blizzard to pass?
Absolutely.
Well, once they step on the boat, then that's where the territory for land ends. And I would be an idiot not to take the advice of my first mate. Hi, everybody. Settle into your cabins. Get everything ready. When the blizzard passes, we'll leave.
Are the pigs here yet?
Time to show up.
Oh, that's perfect.
Don't eat it all in one day.
Okay, Dad.
They're not here, but Hoodie Boy is.
So I got a quick question, Ursus. How many pigs a day do you think you need?
Oh my God! Stick your ass over the side of the ship if you're going to do that.
Downwind.
Pigs a day. I don't know. I could supplement with seafood or whatever food I
Right.
see.
So okay. So the normal human ration plus
Okay.
how many pigs a day?
Just get a tuna, because he said he likes seafood.
Well, let's just say you said I had how many pigs? 8, 9?
I was throwing out numbers, so whatever you felt.
I was being a little gluttonous there, so let's go with that as like let's go with like, because like I eat a walrus a day.
I understand. So how many pigs a day?
I don't know how many pigs in a walrus.
2 or 3. It's 2 or 3.
The others, plus
Let's call
all
it-
the other stuff, plus all the other food.
Versus I have
Let's call it
nipples. Can
Pig,
you help
4
me?
pigs a day ought to get me. If
All right.
You're going to run out of pigs pretty damn quick.
Well, I was asking so I knew how many days of pigs I was putting on the ship.
We're just
Days
gonna
I would
catch
put
tuna.
100 pigs. I was gonna put
Oh.
100 pigs.
Use that time to talk to Annie to make sure she knows about the salting that's going to start coming down for the pigs.
And more importantly, Ursus, do you go and hibernate?
only in the most dead of winter.
Oh, so you do. So you're not going to get a period where you're just going to have to sleep for 6 days? Is that smoke coming out of your oven?
I don't know. Is that smoke coming out of their oven?
I don't think it's coming off his cigarette, but it does look like it's coming out of his oven.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he means on the video camera. I kept looking around like, did I miss a chat? What
Yeah,
happened?
no. No, the funny thing is that there's actually 20
Ah.
days of pig and elk meat that was preserved that's gonna go bad soon, but the fairy did.
Got any more? Pickled bacon.
Well, I
So
know
there's
what we're
some-
going to be cooking for the first couple days then, that 20 days of pig and elk meat. Eat up, bucko!
Okay.
Well, it was salted.
I can bless it and we'll make it last a day longer.
So I need to add.
The minute we have clear skies, we'll bail.
So, Jadir, give me a percentage, please. Oh crap!
70.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's ice and snow.
Blizzard continues.
You might want to.
Can we just roll this until we get a result where we can leave so we know when we're leaving if
Yep.
you want to move the game on?
No name. Or not no name, you already gave me one. Xerxes.
Real quick, average weight of a walrus is 900 kilograms. Average weight of a pig is 100 kilograms, so it's a 1 to 9 ratio.
Well, we're going to go with 1 to 4 just because we said it.
Okay, I'm just trying to be a little bit factual.
I appreciate
You're finding some skinny-ass walruses, I'll put it that way.
I was going to say, you've been finding skinny walruses, and
Yeah, it's been
we find
lean
you
here.
really fat pigs. Oh, good. Light rain.
Well, we can leave in light rain, right?
Yes, absolutely. You can
Wait,
leave.
so-
It's the 8th of Grekar then, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Correct.
Can I?
We stayed at night, right?
Yes,
No.
you stayed the night in the boat.
And we're leaving on the 8th?
What's hoodie boy doing behind you?
Hey, let's stay on topic.
Okay.
Real quick.
All right. Do you want me to
Victor.
give you the rolls for the piloting?
Actually, I wasn't going to bother.
Okay, that's cool. I'm not going to press it. We're all good.
No, I was just gonna have the crew react to me. Let's say
Does anyone do you warn the crew about you?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
No, I was asking, does he? Not did you, Xerxes, but did Ursus?
Well, as soon as I find out we have a crew, I'm like, we need to talk to these guys.
Okay, so you have a meeting during the day that you're down. We move on. Agreed?
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. So, my
Alright,
next
so-
question...
I mess
bar.
with him and tell him I'm a halfling.
They know, they see you, they know you're just a short version of you. In fact, Eyes goes up to you and says, Fairy did it to you, didn't she?
She might have. But this is my more powerful form.
Yep, he's on fairy food.
Let's hope that it's just the fairy talking, because she's been going after one of the crew members. I've been watching her.
Mutiny. We meet later tonight.
No, but I'm concerned about her.
I'll keep an eye on her.
You better.
What's that mean? I'm brand new. You've been here longer than I am. Don't put that on me.
You're a member of Crisis. You are stronger than I am.
Yeah, but you've been with her longer, so I'm gonna put that on you. You better keep an eye on her.
I'll keep eyes on her.
Well, she already got me. She's gonna
Which she
come.
laughs.
She's gonna come after you next.
She's like, she has no reason to come after me.
You don't know that. I heard her. She
Did
said
you see her?
things.
And she looks around.
She's everywhere. But the food was delicious, so I'm just gonna say it was worth it in the long run.
You say that. If they attack in the next few days, you may regret that.
Who's they? Is there more?
The dark is everywhere.
Oh, she's dark?
No,
Well, you just made an accusation, so you must have some proof if you're
not. I did not. I said that they may attack, not her. They.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Don't put words into my mouth.
Well, don't you put things on my conscience.
Excuse me?
You said I was responsible for her. I just met
No,
her.
I just asked if you would help.
Well, I will try my best if you help me out
And
too.
that is fine. Yes, I'll help you.
Let's make a deal.
Dear.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a
What's-
deal.
What's your name?
Eyes.
No, that's not your real name.
It's my name. It's what everyone
Well, how
calls
do you
me.
spell it?
EYES.
That's not your name. That's what people call you. What's your real name?
What do people call you? You have
Speaks
no
no
name.
name.
They call me man or guy or hey you or.
Yeah, so they call me Eyes.
Well, fine, Eyes. Let's make a deal. Let's strike a bargain.
I think we've struck one.
Okay. I pull out my hand.
She shakes her hand and says, "And now we do the elven way."
I roll my history elven.
Okay.
I was afraid he was going to start taking his clothes off.
91.
What's your history?
And yet he might.
What's your history, Elvin?
Let me see. Where is it? History elven 75. I pull out a knife and stab it into my hand.
She's like, "Oh no, you've got the wrong way, dear." And she gives you a hug and starts French kissing you.
I try not to get blood on her, but I fail.
She doesn't seem to mind the blood. She seems to be fairly into the kiss, however.
Oh. Well, I do it without any emphasis.
There you go.
Okay. But there's blood everywhere, and I need to go to first aid.
Hey, first aid, Indorus.
That was the orcish way. I made a huge mistake.
She's like, "It's okay, dear. It was worth it. I'm sure Father Indorus will heal you." Indorus?
You're up.
I back 16 points.
There's blood everywhere.
There's blood everywhere.
What's going on here? Oh, it's like that.
The,
Do you want me to come in? Am I interrupting something?
the sharks. Their sharks are coming.
Ooh, sharks. Those are delicious.
Can someone take the fairy food out of him?
That's the way you guys get cozy. I'll leave you alone.
They're everywhere.
but if you want to be big again, so you can help your lady friend here better, I can do something about that.
Are you within possible earshot of an elf when you say that?
I thought I was there talking to them, otherwise I'd be up the front of the boat like normal, so no.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of saying you were called, she was near. You're making that comment. I'm just pointing this out to you.
Yeah, I don't mind.
There's blood literally everywhere in the room.
She's like, he is wonderful, whatever size he is. By the way, I literally rolled a 1 on a on a D100 on whether or not she was attracted to him. So, guess what?
Who might get in his way? If I can
Got
borrow
a girlfriend, no name.
If I could borrow him for D4 times 10 minutes, we'll be right back.
So are you gonna? Are you? You're gonna cancel the curse of your other character? Am I getting this right?
Yes.
And how do you think Hannah's gonna react to this?
I don't know, we're on the boat. I think she has more problems with Annie.
I agree she should have more problems with Annie, but I just want to know, Indorus is now going to have canceled 2 of her spells, and that's...
It's on!
That may end up making the fairy and the priest go after each other.
Yes and no, maybe.
Yes and no, maybe. Wow, that was spoken like a fairy.
Hey, Zach.
Okay. If no one has any objections, I would like to mosey on. Am I correct?
So my dig again?
Yeah,
Oh,
after 3 days.
eyes, yes.
3 days or 3 hours? Which is it?
3 minutes. Oh, 30
3
minutes.
minutes. Oh,
30.
3 minutes.
Half
One
half
day-
hour basically for the ritual.
Okay,
So
I become
there-
serious again.
however, you have
Thank you, Jeeves.
someone that keep like winking at you and blowing you kisses occasionally from the crow's nest.
Oh, what's that all about? Why is my hand
Okay.
cut?
Going to the kitchen.
He doesn't remember.
Go ahead.
He does have amnesia issues. He doesn't know his own name.
His mental fortitude is lacking.
All of you are not just going to ignore him?
We're not ignoring him. It's just he doesn't remember his own name. If he doesn't remember kissing a girl, I'm not. Overkill remembered nothing in the morning ever.
She would have had to like pick him up or like kneel.
You
She
didn't realize
did-
that Xerxes' level of understanding of sexual relations is really tiny.
Yeah,
He still calls it a mating practice.
I get it. But what about the rest of them? Shadir?
Come on, Dad.
Ursus? Oh no.
Trying to say?
Are you letting this go?
Oh, yeah.
I said Shadir and Ursus.
Yeah, and
Okay.
letting go of the fact that he's got an elf after him.
Yeah, and he doesn't remember anything? It happened in front of all of you.
Yeah, that's weird. But
That's classic overkill as far as I'm concerned. And he did have fairy food, so I just assume he's drunk.
I've read a lot of, well, not read, but been given a lot of weird information via the books by
Hmm?
what's its name?
Yeah.
The delicious looking one.
Uh-huh.
That's the way they refer to a god, the delicious looking one.
Giant cow. I mean, come on, really?
He just wanted to eat her.
That
Take
does
that
kinda
however you
sound-
wish.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's a good one there, guy.
Do you know how many steaks you could make out of that cow?
Did you hear what you just said, Victor?
I know what I just said.
Okay.
I said take that as you wish.
You never.
Sounds delicious.
Lots of strange stuff. Him not knowing that he just smacked daddied on this elf is par
Okay.
for the course.
Yeah, okay. So, Shadir?
You're up.
Rob?
Cheater's like, that's not my baby.
That's not your boo?
Hello, Rob.
I think he's trying to decide what to say.
Rob, you keep blinking.
I have no idea.
He's speechless. He's speechless.
As in, you have no idea what to say, or you have no idea what's going on?
Yes?
Yes. That's what I thought. Did you miss the whole thing? The whole interaction?
Kinda, I was mainly paying attention.
Okay. Well, if you were mainly paying attention, you couldn't have missed it.
Apparently, the memory issues are not done with no name.
Not just with no name.
It's
spreading. So, pretty much right after you got on the boat, Eyes decided that she was going to mac out with No Name, who was still
Right.
short, with the fairy magic.
Right.
And now, No Name is no longer short, and he doesn't remember any of it. And I asked, is anyone going to fill him in?
That's what you asked. I thought you
Yes.
asked, is anyone going to step in? And I was like,
Step in and fill him in, yeah. Like, let him know what the F is going on.
I tell him that possibly I can help you resolve your issues by doing a mind bond.
Come lay on my couch. Let's talk. How does that make you feel?
What issues?
Apparently you are losing memories.
Oh, that's not good.
I can remember. Who am I?
No one wants to wake up with you remembering, like, why am I on this boat?
Stab, stab, stab.
Kind of
Tom.
compliment or contemplates it, but I think I'm gonna have to leave it up for chance.
Okay.
I think
What are you
I'm
rolling versus
gonna-
what?
let's roll 1d100. 50 low, he says no. 50 high, he says yes.
Okay,
Are you okay with that, Rob?
I'm fine with that.
He says no.
Okay. By the way, you're going to be a father.
Hey, don't feel bad. It happens to Overkill at every town he went to.
He just like, I think he passes out. I don't know what else to say. I think he actually passes out. Like
Saving
faint.
throw versus non-lethal poison.
I don't think he could save from that. Do you need me to roll anything?
Like, you may not remember this, but you're about to be a dad.
Yeah, as soon as he wakes back up, Jadir says, "I was just joking. I don't know if you're going to be a father or not."
Wait, you don't know?
Hey, I don't know what you've done in your spare time.
Oh, well
But
done.
all the guys on the ship, Attell, they're just laughing horribly. It's
Yeah,
like, this is
all
the
of them
greatest
are
day
just
ever.
cracking up. And she's like, "Why doesn't he ignore? Why doesn't he come up to me? Why doesn't?" And she's getting more and more aggravated.
She's gonna stab you.
She is? She hasn't even really met him. Or,
Oh, she's met a lot of you.
Okay, dude, you can
Nice going there, Dad.
go comfort your girlfriend.
what?
Keep stress.
You know what? You could solve all these memory issues. I'm just saying, Jadir's got the magic touch. You know what? Oddly enough, that came out worse than I thought it would. Oh, what the hell? You won't remember in the morning anyway.
He says,
How's it going?
Play a romantic song.
he starts
Whisper,
talking to the air next to him. And he says, Toby, what did you see?
Nice.
What happened?
Talking to the air next to him. I activate my Ciara.
Yeah, Victor, I have a See Invisible on all the time. Is there a ghostly essence there?
Mr. Captain, have you decided to stop driving the ship and pay attention to conversations and leave your wheel?
He's crazy.
Was there a ghost following him around invisibly?
Hey, Mr. Captain, you're not answering my question.
During the entire time we've seen him, have we not noticed, those of us with the always on see the invisible, seeing the invisible ghostly essence, which I would notice?
It is the first time that he has mentioned that it may or may not be around, so it hasn't been around.
That's not really the point before.
Yes,
Does
it
follow
is.
him around?
No.
I'm going to wait a day or two before I quit the wheel because I'm letting Jershawn know that I'm going to have to study some spells out of my book. But until then, no, I don't.
Okay. So, when you see Aura, Shadir, let me see. Medium magic, high PPE. You see something that isn't there that has all of those characteristics.
Seriously?
Okay.
So you don't just see a shape or anything. You just see there's something.
I bend in close to No Name and I say, "So who's your friend?"
It's Toby. He's a halfling ghost.
Indris, man, I guess I'm gonna have to put people on the ship. I'm gonna have to.
I'm on a ship.
Is Toby a friendly ghost, or is he hostile to anyone on the ship?
Oh yeah, he's friendly.
Casper, the friendly
Should his
ghost.
name be Casper?
Don't start. He tried to put that as the original bleeping thing.
Yeah, I remember.
I got really upset at him. So
Almost like Black Thunder picture.
yeah.
Yeah, unlike Casper, I liked Black Thunder.
Rolf's back. Rolf's gone.
Yay! No, damn.
Which interest am I supposed to be using?
I'm getting there. Patience, don't move things. Oh, now you're screwed. I may kill the wrong one.
They're exactly the same.
I may kill the wrong one. I may kill the one that you had the right stats on, and you'll be punished for it.
No, I've still got 2 interests in my list to choose from, so...
You'll figure it out.
It's because you're removing them.
So wait a minute, is this 3 Indorus Monty?
Don't even. I only see one.
I can only see one now.
Okay,
But in
good.
my list of who I'm talking as, there are 2 differences.
That may be true.
Can I move Xerxes now? 'Cause I
No,
had him-
Jadir. Absolutely bleeping not. Don't even go there. You have a backup. I don't need a backup. And you already have
What
2
would that
backups.
option be?
I'm gonna tell you your option is dead. Okay, so everyone's on there now, right? Yes. Sorry, Rob. I went through too many backups this week. I don't need more.
Sure.
Okay. So back on the ship, assuming everyone is where they are, the only one that could see No Name talking is no one. So no one saw No Name say anything.
Except for me, because I was talking to him at the time that he talked to.
In other words, No Name, you need to move yourself up to Jadir's level then.
Okay.
Thank you. And I need to
I don't want to be near Annie. She looks
don't
like
She's in the kitchen.
She's
a
in the kitchen.
floozy.
No one's in the kitchen with Annie.
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't figured out where Convar went to.
I
so-
haven't even dealt with Convar, and please don't make me.
No, I have no intention of it.
Jeez.
Someone pointed out though that Annie may decide to jump ship and go with the Convar route because he seems to
I'm
be
just
better.
fine with that. I don't need to. I didn't even want to get the ship icon up here.
No. The only thing I'm having Convar do is occasionally when he needs to talk to people, I'll let Convar cast tongues and save me the energy.
Wonderful. Okay. By the way, so anyone that's created after a certain date, the characters on Roll20 are in a different spot than alphabetical. They are at the top.
So is it now starting to do a most recent to?
Yeah, so it's doing like
Okay.
recent. So it's
I
doing
find
like
it funny that Hannah's before me though.
that's alphabetical. I think. Oh no, it's not. I don't know what the hell that
Because
is.
I beat Hannah.
I don't know. I didn't. I just put him in. I don't know why.
Super
So
crazy ass
versus
stuff.
is on top, Hannah's on in the middle, and No Name's on the bottom. And I don't know why, because that order makes no sense to me. And
Bow, chicka,
Scott
wow,
left
wow.
again, and he's got 2 characters. Okay. So, we have a massive attack.
Already?
Oh, so his parents are leaving. No, I'm joking. He did put in a roll 20. It's just he put it as Jinx, so I didn't know who the heck that was.
Well, Jinx's parents too. We don't discount him as a person.
I get it. So, Jadir, you asked him who his friend was. He said,
Toby, he's a halfling ghost.
And he verified that he's not hostile to anyone on the ship.
right.
Should we tell the rest of Crisis about Toby in case there is an issue?
If you want.
Okay, I feel uncomfortable keeping secrets, but this is not mine to decide whether to divulge. So,
I asked Toby to reveal himself to him.
okay.
So he becomes corporeal. Jadir dealt with Tivernos, right?
Yeah.
So basically,
No.
you see
Yes, he did.
Tranny differently, but kind of like Tranny.
Okay.
Scott, you died. Sorry.
Oh, did I?
And both you and your backup characters. I just.
Yeah,
It's a total
sorry, man.
TPK, dude. We're all re-rolling stuff right now.
You ready?
Oh, okay. Got you the first
So how's your
encounter?
juggler doing? You ready for your juggler?
Totally, dude. Let's bring this.
Yep, I'm ready with my juggler.
So FYI, by the way, guys, I don't know if I made such a. I don't know if everyone caught it because it was back during a quiet backup time, but Scott's backup is a juggler.
Hmm.
And Scott, we only have your forehead again. Okay, that's better. Um, your parents are okay with the fact that you were role playing?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Dad was listening with interest, actually.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
we
was
can.
that the bald?
Maybe we
guy?
can have Dad guest in sometime. Hi, Dad.
Inner's dad.
Is that Dad?
That's no, that's a friend.
Hi, friend.
Michael. He's the one that dies all the time.
Oh, hi, the one that dies all the time.
I hope you're getting better.
Okay,
Dad
so
coming with me.
anywho, so Toby has revealed himself to the group.
Well, everyone that can see him, yeah.
Everyone that can see invisible.
No,
So
everyone that
everyone-
can see visible.
Jadir,
See visible, yeah. Anyone
um,
that decides to go see where No Name is. So everyone but Xerxes. Unless Xerxes decides to turn over the wheel.
No, if I find out that he's got a spirit-like thing, the same way Tyrannos had a spirit-like thing, I'm like, all right, his name's what again? Toby? Got it.
Actually, I go up and tell Xerxes that No Name's got an imaginary friend called Toby.
You know what? The last somewhat half-short guy I knew named Tyrannos, he had an imaginary friend.
Yeah, but
His
his
did stuff.
name's not short anymore.
Well, then maybe his imaginary friend gets bigger and they do stuff. I don't know how this works.
Toby said Sky. I think, maybe.
Whatever,
Yes.
I don't judge.
Oh, jeez.
So who's the cook on the ship anyway?
Her name is Annie.
I go
Is she
look for
okay?
Annie. She's
Annie?
doing okay.
Okay.
Is she okay? Is she okay, Annie?
Okay, Annie.
Anyone light the kitchen on fire when I was gone?
For those of you that didn't understand that, shame on you.
I like the AAF version better.
Oh, you're the one that eats so much.
Yes. Actually, I was gonna come see
Nice to
you
meet
and
you. It's an honor to cook for someone who appreciates good food.
Oh, I just appreciate food. But I thought I'd help you out in preparing some of this stuff for the long
Is
journey.
everyone?
Huh?
Hello?
Yeah,
What?
I can
Hello?
still.
Hello.
I can hear
Victor?
you.
And we'll be right back. Hopefully he calls back.
Am I back?
Well, I'm here.
Yep, I think we're back.
Was that a Skype issue, or did somebody hit the wrong button in?
I have
In
no
Skype?
idea.
Oh.
Victor seems to still be gone. Craig obviously is gone.
Who initiated this call?
Oh,
The last one was, I think I initiated this call.
yeah. Once Victor comes back, we'll have him call back so I don't have to re-edit everything.
So Victor should. So how about everybody hang up because he's probably trying to call us now.
Oh,
I can do that.
he'll call once. Yeah.
Because I could hear him saying hello, anybody there, and then all of a sudden it dropped.
Yeah, I saw that too.
That's the last thing I heard.
Sorry, everybody watching. We're having technical issues. But it's okay because you can see me always because I'm good.
Yeah, I knew it was a Skype issue as soon as I could still do that and chat and.
Mhm.
And I think he's completely rebooting his system. That or something knocked out his power cord again and he didn't realize it and it was too late.
Yep. Well,
Because he's not in roll 20 either.
Victor,
Yeah, you don't see GM anywhere in roll 20.
you want to text him?
I just did.
Okay. Well, we might as well take a break then.
well, he'll come back and then it'd suck to be on a break. If you need to, though, maybe like a 2-minute break for those who need to.
You dropped your phone
Roger.
with the rain. That's irritating.
I'm going to be on mute for a second. I'm going to take more pills.
Rob, what flavor cake are you having? Alright, everyone, Victor's back, so let's kill call.
Alright, I'll kill the call. Oh, wait, Victor,
Hi,
you there?
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor, you want to recall us?
Yeah, I'm going to kill the call so you can call Saul back again.
Okay, bye.
Right.
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry, guys.
It happens. I thought somebody maybe knocked your cord out of your system or something.
That actually may have happened. So I apologize. So like I said, I was trying to move on, and we keep getting. I know I'm partly guilty. In fact, probably mostly guilty. But it's time to move on.
Andrew's the only one not back yet, but he was a minute ago, so.
I think it's partly because they're trying to do my fireside kind of right now.
So are they going to?
They're kind of asking.
Texas brownie.
What is a Texas brownie? That's not something I've actually heard of.
Yeah, no idea.
I mean, I just thought it was maybe a big ass brownie or something.
So a Texas brownie is actually kind of a mix between a cake and a brownie. It's like a
Okay.
crazy decadent chocolate cake,
Okay.
but even more than that.
Can you freeze some and bring it to Vegas for us?
I might be able to, yeah.
That's funny. Don't even.
My mother-in-law is actually making it, so it's not like I'm not going to have the recipe. And then the frosting is actually going to be fudge that has been whipped to become frosting.
So whipped fudge. Nice.
Literally
yeah,
whipped
yeah,
fudge.
that doesn't sound like I'm going to gain 100 pounds just looking at it at all.
Yeah, and then
I don't
it's
care what the sugar is.
got-
I want a bite.
and then it's got
That's what she said.
raspberry
Wow.
filling. Like
All right, I'm
raspberry
in.
jam filling. So
Okay,
Is Laura
Andrew's
gonna
gonna
be there at Vegas with you?
guys,
Yeah.
can we get back to game and talk about that after?
no.
Please, thank you.
Oh. But I like Rob.
I like Rob too, but we need to move on. We are like way behind tonight. So, Master Captain, Captain,
Mhm.
are you piloting Rogan in a normal manner?
I don't. If it would be possible when we leave, I would like to communicate with him briefly to figure out where he's at for his
Hi,
special
Kelman.
powers.
Who new guy?
Two new guys. Well, I don't know. I don't think you ever met No Name. He's the other human.
He short dwarf.
Briefly they fixed that. And then
Now he big.
yeah. And then the other one,
He like Indy.
yes, you like Indy. The other
Hi,
human
Indy.
Escalike one is Ursus.
Indy?
He's a werebear.
Don't talk to me, Indy.
I see him moving lips, but I don't hear anything.
Indy, we no hear you.
Goddamn, push to mute.
Oh, you no talk like that on Rogan.
Oh, sorry.
Don't like no talk like that shit.
I'm sorry, Rog. When he's actually finished his talk, we've got some more sand here to give you.
Oh, thank Indy. Nice Indy.
I give it to us to give to Rob Tilda. Here, take that down to the glowy blue engine room. Don't ask the engine room because we don't know.
It's not glowing anymore. It hasn't been glowing for ages.
Yeah, that's just what we call it.
Thank you, whoever drew Toby. Whoever drew Toby.
That's cute.
Toby.
Anyways, Rob, I'm going to kick you off the game if you don't stop. Thank you. Moving on. So you were asked to do something there. Indorus may need to repeat it.
Oh, sorry. Ursus, can you take this sand into the glowy blue engine room? It's not glowy anymore.
That's
It does
Ursus.
have a
not
lot of stuff scattered along the bottom of it.
I understand it was to Ursus, but I was trying to get everyone to stop. So Ursus heard it. Andrew? Andrew?
Bag of
pushing
sand
some
down
of
to the bottom of the ship thingy.
So
It's on the port side.
So Ursus keeps walking down and down and down, and eventually, Ursus, you come to a door. You open the door, and it looks like a chapel.
Ooh. Okay, I go in. They said bring the sand down here.
And there's a statue of each. Well, I'm sorry, Rob. Why don't you tell him what statues are down there?
So each of the gods that were part of the pantheon before Khonsu joined are represented there, and they are all of precious metals with precious stones inlaid, and they all have plaques. And there isn't any sort of collection jar, but you can see that there are some coins laid at a couple of the gods, the bases of the gods' statues. And there is a section of the floor that is well worn, as if someone regularly stands or poses in that spot every day.
Is there anyone else in there now?
Absolutely not.
Okay, he said glowy thingy, bottom of the ship. There's nothing glowing in here. I don't think this is where the sand's supposed to go.
Okay.
Oh, I recognize that one. That's the guy that came to me, sent me on my way. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, and it says something in writing that you can't read.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this isn't the right spot. So, go out and look around for, does anybody in this thing know where the glowy room is? I'm supposed to take this sand.
Someone comes across you and just starts laughing. What language are you? I assume. Oh wait, that's right. You don't know Elven. You're talking and people are just looking at you funny.
I gotta find the big guy again. Is it getting dark, by the way?
Oh yeah,
It is dark?
it's getting dark.
Alright, I make my way back up on top.
Mm-hmm.
Just go up, go up, go up,
Mm-hmm.
and find Indris again.
Okay, you find Indris again.
I hand him the bag.
Well, didn't want it? Oh, that's unusual.
And I change.
And
It's dark.
suddenly there's a big bear in front of you instead of a hairy human.
I put a stick through the bag and hand it back to him.
Well, those that haven't seen the change need to do horror factor.
That's right.
Cammy used to change into a bear all the time. And a bigger bear than you.
But this one's like triple the size of Cammy's bear.
She was a Kodiak bear. She was 20 feet tall.
Actually, we decided she was 15, so this one's about 2 feet taller. So yeah,
Attell stays up in the rigging. He's like, fuck that.
it's very similar. You're right. Actually, you're right. That did happen. She was Kodiak at 15. So I'm sorry. All of these people don't react to you. Interestingly enough,
Oh, so they've all seen it plenty.
We
they
did have
think
Druid
you're
on board.
good.
I
again.
didn't know you're a druid.
Like, I thought you said he was a wereberry. He just looks like a druid.
I know.
Ursus goes and looks for the other tall one.
Well, honestly, Jadir is taller than Indris, just so you know. So when you say tall one, we're going to have to be a little more specific.
The tallest one.
Okay, the tallest one other than you,
Yeah.
that's Xerxes. Okay,
So he goes and finds Xerxes.
he's at the wheel.
He goes
Not hard
on-
to find me.
He's about to fall asleep because he's been at the wheel for a while.
So he... Actually, he,
Do I see a bear come up on the upper deck? Good lord, is it that time already?
and starts speaking at him in all three languages that he does know.
Stop. He holds up a hand. Give me a second. He wriggles his fingers and casts tongues on him.
Wait, you cast tongues on yourself?
No, on the bear, because then the bear can talk in whatever language. I'll understand him.
Okay, got it.
He'll hear it in his tongue, I'll hear it in my tongue, and we'll at
No.
least communicate.
No, that's not true. He will speak in Elven, or he will speak in whatever language. You have to have tongues on as well for you to understand him if he chooses a language that you don't know. Does that make sense?
Okay,
Does that make sense?
it doesn't matter. That's fine.
Yeah, whatever. I get it. It doesn't matter. We're talking about PP that's minuscule. Let's move on.
Much better. I can understand you now.
Okay, what's
Where's-
going on? Obviously, it's dark. I get that, but
Yeah, no, the speak thingy. We've got to get that taken care of because this 2 hour
I'm not an
bit.
alchemist.
I know. Should have did it when we were in town. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it.
By the way, Indris, nicely done. You completely forgot to take care of your epic level issue.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to another. I'll do it at the library. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to do it at a library. There's no alchemist there.
I go back to
At the
Indris.
library? Wow.
No
And I
alchemist at the library.
And I look down and say, "Okay, you
It's
had
not
me
like
take
it's
that."
so small.
Wait, did I? I guess he just wanted to be able to talk. As I see the bear just kind of walk away.
Yeah, I want to talk. Goes back to Indris.
Jushan, you're up. I'm tired.
You gave me this bag of sand and said go down and put it, but the room you described is not the room I found. So where's the
Okay.
room that I got to go to put the sand?
I take him down to the engine room.
Wonderful. By the way, the engine room's like just right below the food vent hall. So
Oh. Okay, well that's easy. The food.
it's like right there,
Yeah.
right below the food.
He said it was down below.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And there's no glowing. Just a reminder, Indris.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought the sand glowed a little bit.
No. The sand glows when it first touches the wood. So when it first touches Rogue Tilda, it glows. So as you place the sand on, it glows for a moment and then fades out. I liked Annie leaving Jushan.
You know what? I'm special like that, and then I realized what I did and fixed it. That's right.
All right. Monster check. I don't understand Ursus.
Well, we roll percentages like a couple times a day.
Actually, he hasn't seen Annie, but he also hasn't seen Combar.
I asked you not to delay this. Oh my god.
Ask me who? What? I didn't do anything. I was responding to Indorus.
Oh, not to delay. Oh.
In other words, I would like to bleepy move on, folks. I know that there's a million things that can go on here, but I'm.
All right, nothing happens.
We have. It is 10:40, and we have not had a single fight, nor have we had.
Didn't we just finish a fight?
Yeah, we finished up a fight that should have been finished last game, and.
Then don't indulge us so much.
Well, so I'm begging for no more indulgent. And this is why I haven't even done weather or anything on the sea.
Good point.
So,
I'll shut up.
oh, good luck.
I can dream. Shut up.
No, you're supposed to shut up, Brian.
See? Didn't work already.
I wish there were mute other buttons, instead of just muting yourself. So, Indris, Yuletide, and Jinx are having a good time down in the cot area. We won't.
It's not going to bed to sleep.
Uh-huh. Sure it is. We know what happens when Nara's not around. So the journey goes on and on and on. And after a week, believe it or not, Indurus, a pigeon, lands on you, whether or not you're in the middle of something else or not.
No,
Because
generally
pigeons,
stands on the boat looking out front.
because pigeons don't judge.
So 13th,
Pigeons are completely accepting of anything that's happening.
Hey, Victor,
Okay.
after
After I get my
the game,
message,
can I talk to you about learning one spell out of that book?
Yeah.
Okay, later.
Um,
after I get the message from the pigeon, I hand it to Ursus to see if it's tasty.
you may want to read the message before you destroy it.
That's what I said. I'll read the message first, then give the pigeon.
Yeah, well, you may want to read it first before you destroy it.
Read the effing thing.
Oh, we've made
You're
it to
about
the
to have the greatest day ever.
what's the date, Victor?
Is the 13th.
It's the 13th. It's
Just verify.
Father Indurus' birthday. Yay!
Is it a Friday?
It's the 15th, not 13th. You said it was 7 days after we left, and it was the 8th of Grekar when we finally started leaving, so it's the 15th.
Oh,
Right.
it's the 13th. It's only 5 days after.
I will
Sorry.
change the date.
Sorry, it's only 5 days after. It's the 13th of Grekar was the point.
Is it Friday?
Bleeping bleep, I don't know, dude.
Let it go. Actually,
No,
it cannot be Friday. You know why? Because a really nice pigeon came and it didn't have any bad friggin' news.
Oh my,
No, I'm messing with Brian right now. I think, at least I think I am.
Grekar is March. It is not the 13th. It's a Wednesday.
Oh yeah, you have that sub calendar. It's got every single day listed. I keep forgetting that.
It's a Wednesday. So
No, see?
So it's still the 13th, but it's Wednesday.
it's a Wednesday, the 13th.
Okay, that is good.
And happy birthday to yourself, Idris.
Happy birthday to me.
So I assume you share that with everyone.
Yes, I do. Share all the pigeons, so.
And so everyone, it is Indurus's birthday.
Big old hug. I try not to crush his ribcage.
That would be
Yeah,
a good birthday present. No crash
Make sure
ribs.
Make sure you get a hug from Ursus during the day.
Yeah. Bear hug.
Bear hug. Oh.
Jadir?
I don't care about the lost XP. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's Indurus's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. What?
Jadir Azera used to do like special crap. Jadir's like, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Well, that was Azariel. This is Jadir. So.
Men with no name?
I'll make him a party hat. I don't know what else to do.
I
a
think you did
birthday
great.
deserves a
I'll give
feast
him
of
a drink of
pigs.
my flask.
You're just looking for an extra pig.
I'm
Do you want
gonna
a pig
give
with a
him
candle?
At least one.
Yes, Annie can make a birthday cake.
Excellent.
He just wants to know if she can make a birthday pig.
That's not for Indurus. In fact, wow. I
Best
think
birthday
that
ever.
actually was not a roll. If you'll notice, there was a thing in there that should.
You apostrophed a D100.
Yeah, and I don't know what that means. So There you go. It's a good.
You owned it like a bitch? I don't
It's
know.
a good birthday cake. I think it always apostrophe 100. I think always means a 1. So yes, there's a good birthday cake.
Nice.
Ursus is kind and lets everyone get a piece before he takes his turn.
In other words, the cake disappears. Like a vacuum cleaner. I'm going to call you Hoover.
There is no there. If he lets everyone have a piece, which means the whole crew, and Crisis, there's one piece left for Ursus.
That'll be a big piece. That's all
No,
I'm saying.
it's actually just the same as everyone else.
Well, I'm trying to be nice. Good
Yep.
civilized human.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Someone else said it! Someone else said it!
Calm down.
Human!
Calm down, Brian.
I
Calm down, Brian.
Slip.
Calm down.
Xerxes loses it for like 15 minutes. He's like, yes!
Oh yeah, that's right. They're called human, not human. I keep
Any-
forgetting.
No. They're wrong. They're all lying to you. It's human. Trust
It
me.
is human. Oh,
We're
okay.
taking it back.
So Scott, would you um everyone roll save versus magic, please? That also includes Indorus, by the way. That's funny. Why? Where are you rolling twice, Indorus?
2 different ones.
Well, no. You only need to roll for yourself.
I don't know, but 2 different effects.
Oh,
I think I'm good.
I was gonna roll. That's right. I'm sorry. You need to roll twice versus save versus magic. And no name. I haven't seen a single one for you.
I think he's okay too.
There's one. I need 2. So 2 rolls, folks.
Wait, 2 for each of us?
Everybody 2 rolls.
Every person 2 rolls.
Oh,
Save versus magic. Jeez.
All right, so 26 and 24.
All right, I got a fail for Ursus on the first one. What did you roll for the second one, Ursus? Oh, you failed for Ursus on both.
It is at night, right?
Indorus failed on one, on the first one. So, Scott, would you please tell Ursus and yourself what happened on the first one, and only Ursus on the second one what happened?
Okay, the first one makes you float in the air like a balloon without control, with little bubbles escaping from your nose and mouth. You feel very lightheaded and happy, and you get a heap of combat negatives, of course. And the cordial makes the victim feel very relaxed in a good mood, but also causes the people to behave extremely politely to each other, including everything they meet, including monsters and old enemies.
Can someone tie them down to the boat
All right.
so they don't float away in the night?
Scott, give me percentage.
Because God
Please.
knows that'll happen.
Oh, is this a Hannah thing?
Mm-hmm. As you say, can someone tie them down?
We'll stay in the food area.
Eyes yells out, "Enemy ho! Port side!"
Oh, shit.
Which side is that? Seriously, which side is that?
The one where the fire bolts and lightning come from.
Oh, that I can understand. Let me at him.
And
damn it.
since this was in the food vent hall, everyone put thy characters into the food vent hall, other than Eyes, who is the only one without cake. and Drushan.
When do I get a follow up with eyes?
After this battle,
Okay.
if there's any time,
Is it night or day?
it is day.
Is it evening or not so much?
Daytime
It's
on the
afternoon.
13th.
Yes. Actually, no, it would be morning. Morning on the 13th because it was his birthday.
Oh yeah.
Celebrating early in the day. Please remember, Indris, you get all the bonuses thereof.
Oh, I won't go out to fight.
Um,
Float away otherwise.
so everyone, give me initiative rolls, please. Make sure you do so for your seafaring characters. Hey, Brian, you have who?
Annie and Attell.
Okay. Scott, you have who?
Jinx and Yuletide.
Andrew, you have who?
I Crow and somebody.
Can you add us to the turn order?
Yeah, it's blank for me right now on this screen.
So I was asking people who they had.
Probably haven't transferred to Ursus yet.
I understand they haven't transferred to Ursus, but they should have transferred to you because you are you regardless of who you are. So you should be able to move them. Yes?
Yeah, hang on. Let me move this out of the way. I got Crow. Looks like Steph.
All right, so you have Crow and stuff. Rob, who do you have? Rob?
I don't remember who I had.
Oh, geez.
I don't remember being assigned, and it's not in my character log. It's not in my journal.
Wouldn't be in your journal.
As who you can talk as, can you hit the down arrow and see what the others
No,
were?
yeah, there's only Jadir in there.
Okay, so I'm going to give you... I haven't added anyone for Chris yet. I don't know who Craig has. Dang it, that's the problem. Crap. Well, I'm just going to assign people, and I'll deal. So I know Craig had your Sean.
And Zorus was the other one he had.
That's right. Okay. So Yuletide is taken, right? Honeysuckle was Nate. So
Correct.
I'm gonna give honey to Bob.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. What?
Oh, wife asked if I locked the doors. Sorry.
Absolutely not. Never lock doors. You're in the middle bits. You don't need to lock doors.
You're a hippie.
You guys haven't seen
Annie?
that production.
Who has
around.
Annie?
I have Annie.
You have Annie.
Annie and Attell are mine.
Steph, the Crow's taken. Jinx is Scott's. Yuletide is somebody.
I think that's also Scott's.
Jinx and Yuletide Indris's.
All right, so Eyes is going to have to be Rob.
And you gave him Honeysuckle, so Honeysuckle on Eyes.
Which means I'm screwed up somehow.
Well, no, Drushan, you have a couple people who aren't here, which is the reason you have all this excess.
Yeah, I know. All right, so guess what, Rob? You're not gonna take. You're gonna take Eyes because I can't have Chris making out with himself.
Fair enough.
It's not like it hasn't happened before.
All right.
Hey, what happens with that mirror stays with that mirror.
So, just so you know, from forever on, Honeysuckle is now under you, Chris. Please send me an email to make that statement. Same with you, Rob, on eyes, so I can fix it on the character sheets as well. So there you go. So I
So I'm only controlling eyes, and that's it.
eyes in yourself. Yes,
Okay.
I'm not gonna kill Craig's characters because he's not here. You know, that's not fair because he was sick. And where the heck is Indris? Where are you, Indris? Oh, there you are.
What in the world? Oh, she's a dwarf. I was like, what's wrong with her nose?
All right, so I'm not going to have you guys roll for all your subs. I'm just having you roll for your mains. And just being a jerk, I'm going to do that. And so just roll for your own initiative, and that's just the initiative we're just going to go in.
So is there 6 cents?
Only if you lose initiative. So roll without it, and we'll go from there. Jeez. That's crappy. How can you have minus 16, Indurus?
No initiative and -8 times 2.
Huh?
The drinks that I drank are the things that I had.
Oh
Give
my
negative
gosh.
initiative, take away initiative.
Okay. And a reminder to those that the other person that got affected.
Who did that to what?
Hi, Andrew. Are you awake?
Yeah, but
You
what he
drank,
said was garbled.
you drank some fairy crap. It was posted in Roll20. What happened?
I ate cake.
You and you drank
I don't
some
remember
fairy.
saying I drank anything, but okay.
You drank. Everyone participated.
All right.
It was the birthday party.
Normally I don't, and I got done too.
So Xerxes, I don't have initiative for you. Hannah, I don't have initiative for you.
Or are we just using the initiative that we managed to roll for our
That's what I
characters?
said at least twice. Yes,
Oh,
just your initiative.
That's fine then.
So basically we go, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go
You need to
first.
make it simple, folks. I didn't want 18 rolls, okay?
All right,
That's
that's fine.
It's just trying to make this move faster.
Okay.
Can you not edit Hannah, Scott?
Oh, I can edit her.
Okay, so why does she still not have an initiative?
Oh, actually, wait a second. Let's go see what it was. 20.
Okay. Thank you. Ursus, you and who else?
Me, Crow, and Steph.
Okay, so all three of you are food fentanyl. What are you doing? You're way away from your mic. I can't hear you.
Sorry. All
Lay
right.
down.
Where's?
Go lay down.
Well, we'll go with Crow. He's gonna, if he hears enemy port side, he runs out to the port side.
Okay.
And Steph follows him.
Okay.
And Ursus is decides to grab one more bite before heading out because he's, for some reason,
There is no more bites. You had your piece of cake. There's nothing left.
there's no more food anywhere. Well, then he
Well-
goes and looks for food.
No.
Look, he's happy,
There's-
but that's the effect of whatever is being put on him. He's going to look for more food.
Okay. Hannah.
She'll fly outside and have a look as well.
Okay. And Jershawn is captaining, so Jershawn's, I need a percentage roll.
While he's doing that, can you reiterate how we know we're in combat? For the chat.
Because Eyes said that there's enemy ho loudly from the crow's nest. So the only lookout yelled that there's something awful happening.
Okay.
So Jershawn, I needed a percentage. Wait,
Sorry, I'm on mute. I didn't realize I was on mute. You asked for a percentage. I asked if you wanted me to roll it. I didn't realize that when I asked that question, no one heard me.
no, I don't. You're not the one. You're not Jershawn, right? Or are you Jershawn?
No, I don't know who controls.
Yeah,
Jershawn.
that's Craig. So Indorus, Scott, I need a percentage.
I thought
I
I
said that. I'm sorry if I did not hear. It was not clear. Scott,
I thought-
give me a percentage.
I
Okay,
thought they'd take it off me.
fine. What is Zorus doing? He was in the food vent hall as well.
Yeah, he'll go up as well. The watch will need to get back to business to be able to control the ship. So
Okay. Brian, Xerxes
Yo.
first.
Xerxes is going to run up to the upper deck where the wheel's at just to have a better view of everything on the port side.
How are you going to get from here to here?
I'm not there. I'm here
Why are you there?
because I'm still in the food hall.
Right. There's no exit out that way. There is one exit this way.
Okay, whatever. I'll just go up to the front then. I'm not going to argue
Okay.
because it's never been stated before.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I thought I had said there was one door.
Who's driving
No,
the
because you
boat?
said this isn't the scale and that you were just using this as.
Yes, I did, but I said there was one door. There's one door in and out of the kitchen.
I don't want to make it take any longer. Fine.
Okay. Your other two.
Well, Attell will run back up the ropes because again, the ship will need sails and whatever and stuff moving. I'm not sure if Attell's being covered by someone at the moment because I don't see him on here. Yep, no name had him for a second. All right. He'll go there up into the rigging.
Okay, again, he was in Food Fen Hall.
I can put him on the other rigging then. I don't really care which one he goes on.
Thank you. I'm just making sure people realize everyone was inside. Indorus, there's no way you're up there either.
I'm on the underside of the ceiling.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's only so much room you can shove these.
I
people.
understand. Rob. Shadir first.
Okay. Jadir will get outside and how far away are the people?
Give me a perception roll.
Okay.
Should come out squinting in the bright light. And which direction are you looking?
Well, in half a second, I think I could probably look to both sides.
Okay, give me a second roll then. Okay. So, as I said, which side were you looking at first? Thank you. So you see I'll whisper it. And your other people?
My other people is eyes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Eyes, I need a 20-sided die roll.
Nine.
And can you tell me what her horror factor save is? Do you have her up yet, or no?
It's a 1 + 1.
Okay. So, she's gonna lose her next attack.
Pile.
She's gonna lose her next attack. And I need one from you as well.
Mm-hmm. 14.
Nice. You're not. And oh crap. Why not? Let's see if everyone else can give me some rolls. So each of you just give me a straight 20, please. And I'm hoping for low rolls. That's a nice low roll, Scott. That's a decent enough low roll versus No Name. That's also a decent enough low number.
Oh,
Xerxes, same thing. Come on, Rob.
Bring her home.
One more under 10.
you can do it.
Just a straight 20?
Straight 20. That was not good. Ow. Roll 1d4. All right. Give me 66. All of you, other than No Name and Ursus, hear the familiar sounds of catapult balls hitting the water near the ship until the ship shudders with a hit somewhere towards the wheel of the ship.
That's not good.
And next turn is Mr. Man with No Name.
Alright. Can I control Honeysuckle first?
Just no, I want you first. I'm taking player character first.
Okay. How far out are they, or do I see them?
You see nothing. You're inside a galley.
I guess I run up to the deck and that's my action.
Okay, so get your butt around where Steph, Crow, Zoras, Shadir are. Thank you. And honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle is going to run up to. No one's driving the